men can't raise a boy to be a
I have
man.
a question. Most of the guys on the panel, like most of y'all sound like y'all were raised by single mothers though, and y'all would consider yourself successful, right? Or single women.
Nay, 80% of us were raised by single mothers. So there's a good, and so successful, that's all relative. But we're talking, when you talk about, are we functioning adults that are responsible? Yes. Yeah. But we're talking about the tenets of manhood. It's all about it's in part about your identity.
So you didn't know your identity your whole life because you weren't raised by a man?
You don't. Let me tell you something. And I can speak to this a little bit more specifically because because my life is in two stark contrasts: before my father and after my father. Before my father, I had no idea why I was the way I was, why I did what I did, why I behaved the way I behaved. When I met him, I understood. I learned. I had a better sense of who I was as an individual. I became a more better contributor to my community because there was no confusion about why I was doing what I was doing or who I was, because I had that link had been put back together to a certain degree. There's some things that will never be redone because of the time spent, because I didn't meet the man until I was an adult at that point. But it's helped. I think I've improved way more with his involvement in his coaching. Now it's coaching and mentorship with my father. I don't think we'll ever have the father-son bond, whatever, but he's a man that I admire, and my grandfather, who I still have, which is his father, is a man that I admire. And a lot of the wisdom that I should have gotten earlier on, I'm receiving it now. And I can take some of those things, apply it to my life, apply it to my woman, apply it to the women of my family that I was raised up under.
Go ahead, Nate. You had a follow-up?
Yeah, I was just saying, it sounds like, so you really weren't a man until you met your father. Like you felt like you weren't raised to be a man. You had no knowledge of how to be a man until you met your dad. And then you already kind of knew, in a sense, who you were because you were raised until you were 30. But you're saying from 30 to now, the age that you are, you know how to be a man.
Here's the thing, Nate. Believe it or not, a lot of men, when there's no father in the home or no father consistently present, most of us don't even think about manhood. It's not even a thought for us. It's not a thought until that man is in your space, in your life, interacting. Then it starts to you start to understand, or when you start looking at what has not gone right in your life up to that point. I couldn't keep a job at one point. I mean, I'm educated, talented, but I didn't know how to interact on the job appropriately most of my career, most of my supervision was a man. That was World War III, 4, and 5. I didn't see an argument that I didn't like during that early time between, I would say, 20 to 30.
So it's just more so the rage. It wasn't
not knowing how to interact with a male authority and how to navigate that, even because how can I provide for a family? And thank God during that time I didn't have one. How could I provide for a family when every time I walked out my door in the morning, my supervisor did something or said something or talked to me in a way that was unfamiliar to me, and I popped off and lost my gig? Just think if I had a woman and a child in the family to talk to them to raise.
Can I get in there?
I couldn't be what I am now.
Okay. Go ahead. It just sounded like a father wound, but go ahead.
John the Baptist with the $10 super chat. As a woman, how can you teach a boy to recognize his rage due to his body producing testosterone, and how he needs to manage the rage without killing that rage? That kind of speaks to kind of a little bit what Ro was talking about. Go ahead, Mr. White.
All right. So the thing is, the reason Q, you are not a man. That's why
I know this, Adrian.
But that's why you don't get it. You keep saying, give us lists. No matter how hard you try, you can never do what we do. Period. Right? Like you told him not to give a list. he still named several things when he talked about the testosterone point, when he talked about the intangible things, even the example that Ro gave when it was after the fact, right? So because she got that after the fact, it still was some damage caused, and then she had to come back. But had a man been there present, that would not have even happened. And so the thing is, you're not going to get it. I'm not saying you're not doing the best job you can, but you're not a man. So you're not going to realize it. So you're never going to agree. That's why you're sitting here trying to reach for, you mean to tell me it's not even impossible like the one? No, it's not. And that's the end of it. No matter what any man says, you're going to keep coming back to this point. And then y'all talking about, because it's father wounds and this and that. It's really y'all inability to listen. Because if all of the men up here, well, the majority of us who were raised by single moms, if we're all sitting here telling you guys as men, no, it's not possible, but y'all are going to sit here and say it is possible, y'all don't even understand how we think. Y'all don't understand how we move. That's why it's so much confrontation, and men and vice versa, right? But that's why we're not sitting here saying, hey, we can teach a woman how to be a woman. But it's that arrogance that y'all have that y'all really think is possible. And it's not, and y'all won't even accept it. Y'all just have to feel like no matter what a man could do, a woman could do it in such a degree. Whether we can articulate it or not, just accept the fact that it cannot be done and let that be that. No more than a man can teach a daughter, no matter what he does, to how to be a woman. It's not possible. Let it go. This is one thing that y'all can't have.
Mr. White.
It's
Can
possible,
I say
it's
this?
difficult. But
Can I say that everybody on the podcast,
y'all making it difficult.
That, in general, most, right? So at what point did any nigga up here who's spoken yet actually say something that disagrees with what I said, other than I can't do it? Y'all talking about most women. I'm agreeing with y'all.
Mr. White.
Hold on. The only reason why I say most is because that's the only thing y'all would be receptive to. I try to meet y'all where y'all are at sometimes, right? So sometimes there's no point in going all the way. I try to communicate in a way that it'll be received. So that's the only reason why I use most here and there. But bravado, he's right. Y'all can't do it. And so if y'all not going to even receive it when I try to meet you where you at, I might as well stay all the way to the right.
But nobody else on here saying that they can. So who is the y'all? That's my point.
So
nobody else
up here is saying they can't.
The key. Hold on 1 second. The key to it, Q, is that man is going to have deficiencies because he doesn't have a father. Right. And so that's the key.
Have those same deficiencies, right? With a father who's also his best, which is kind of what I think Miss Nay was trying to point out with real bravado.
Say it again. Sorry,
he would also have some of those same deficiencies with a man who is also doing his best.
And so that's what we're saying. He won't have those same deficiencies. There's going to be automatic deficiencies because he doesn't have a father. Right. If a father makes a mistake or two, that's different from him not having a father. Those deficiencies they're going to happen regardless. Okay. Like when I coach football, just to give you maybe like a bigger, so 100 kids on the football team, I can almost instantly tell the kids that don't have a father. Their mannerism, they suck their teeth, they put their hands on their hips, shit like that. It's just a different type of nigga. They complain more. They want to play offense, soft shit. Like they just act a little bit different.
I agree 100%. And I want to pull this back a little bit so that we don't get lost in that father shit, that Mr. Bravado shit. Are we talking about a father or a man? Because you guys keep saying a woman can't, but I'm talking about even a man raising a boy, right? So Mr. Bravado's like, fuck a father figure, fuck a stepfather.
We ain't there yet. Don't.
Father,
that's a different topic. That's a different topic. God damn it.
Okay, let's go. I'm ready.